Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials. Good morning, it's 6:30 on Sunday the 26th of September. Just making my way down to the land, and as always, not quite sure what we're going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, here we are down on the land. It's not a bad morning actually. Cool, but quite pleasant still. Hopefully we'll have a fairly decent day down here today and be able to achieve a little bit. I'm pleased I got the grass done yesterday though. Looking very nice. Had my sniper on the field last night. Doing his bit for the rabbit population and the pigeon population after they've been giving me so much trouble over this last few weeks. I was really quite annoyed yesterday to see that tree being eaten to death. I will make a point of trying to do something with that today. Yeah, it's just carnage on that tree. Absolute carnage. Hopefully it'll hang in there and I'll not have a repeat of last year where they actually killed two. Anyway, let me get opened up, get the kettle on, and we'll see what we can get done today. Well, first things first, sort the chickens out. They're quite happy pecking around. No point in checking the coop. I did that yesterday afternoon, so there'll be nothing in there this morning. But hopefully after the feed, they'll all run around and start producing eggs again. As usual, I have got a little bit of greenery stashed away in the cabin for them, which I'll give them later today. They are content. Well, good morning. Sunday already. Yesterday was a bit of a chaotic day for me, but really pleased I did manage to get back for a couple of hours in the afternoon and to get something done. Nice to see the grass and the leaves sorted out along that woodland. I might be tempted today, and we'll see what the weather holds. If you believe the forecast, it's going to be heavy rain today. But they've been saying that for weeks and weeks, and it's not transpired, so I don't know. We'll just make it up as we go along, I guess. But it would be nice to get a bit more of that, the grass cut around the middle section, round by that aggregate pile, or where the aggregate pile used to be. A lot of tidying up to be done in the garden. I might be tempted to have a run through the raised beds today, give those a clear out, ready for that compost that I've had mulching away for the last it's almost 2 years now. See what condition that's in and get that on some of the raised beds. Bit of a mucky job, but it is that time of year now, so it needs to be done. And a bit of a tidy up in the polytunnel as well, I think. I'll take a look at the tomatoes and figure out whether it's time to take them out or not. Loads of green tomatoes in there, so I suspect there'll be another batch of green tomato chutney on the go in the kitchen over the coming week. But yeah, we'll make it up, because that's what we do. Oh, chaos outside in the big wide world. We have manufactured our own mini disaster here in the UK. And there's a lot of questions been asked now. Not so much on the mainstream media, but certainly on social media, as to how this came about. Because we've been running all the way through COVID with shortages of everybody, because people were being furloughed and people were off with either a contact or a positive result. And we've managed to run for over a year and a half now through all of that. without any issues at all. And now, as if by magic, the story's gone out into the media that there are no fuel truck drivers, and chaos, and I mean total chaos, has ensued. Yesterday, as I was driving around, it was like something out of the zombie apocalypse. The petrol stations were just queuing all the way down the street, every single petrol station. And even as I drove in to the land this morning, there's a petrol station just in the village there, and people were driving in, but unfortunately driving out again because it was empty. Yeah, so it's been a complete designed crisis, this. I don't buy for a second that all of a sudden all of the tanker drivers that refuel the petrol stations suddenly disappeared overnight. I just don't buy it at all. And quite how this story broke in the media, I also don't buy that that wasn't a deliberate ploy. Call me conspiratorial or cynical or whatever you want, but this has been an engineered crisis for sure. Partly, well, mainly on the part of the media, but also to a great degree by individual people. People who would normally go to the petrol station on a Friday or at the weekend, fill their cars, ready for work the following week, because here in the UK, an awful lot of us do commute. Some quite considerable distance. I do, what do? I do 97 miles a day. Might not sound much to our American cousins who are used to this endless road for hundreds of miles. But 97 miles is a fairly decent commute here in the UK. So yeah, it's going to be interesting this coming week to see what happens as the people who do commute get to the end of the week and do need to fill the vehicles again. Is there going to be fuel there? Are we going to be going back to working from home, but because of fuel shortage rather than COVID? The mind, I have a real difficulty, you can probably tell by the way I keep pausing, but I have a real difficulty in getting my head around the craziness of people. I've seen no end of people filling the cars and trying to fill lots of cans. If it does nothing else, as I said yesterday, it just kind of goes to show that it doesn't take much for what should be a non-crisis to tip the country over into complete chaos, because this is countrywide. It's not a specific area, it's the whole country has gone completely crazy overnight and created what could potentially be a real crisis, because you can't just magically fill up every petrol station in the country in the space of a day or two. It just isn't possible. So all eyes on this week, I guess. And for people outside the UK, if you want to watch a comedy programme, watch the UK news over the coming week, because it is completely silly. It really is. Anyway, enough of this. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope that you are safe, well and crisis free. Sunday, so kick back and relax and enjoy your weekend. And whatever I am doing as I go through the day, I'll keep you posted in the video. I thought I'd take a quick look at the bees. You might remember I bought some of this Happy Life treatment for mites for the bees. So I've literally just cut that up into 4 little blocks, and the idea is we take the top off the hive, pop it in the corners and put it back together again. But I thought I'd share that with you. You can see they're all buzzing around the entrance, so it's not like I'm going to wake them up or anything like that. So let's get the box opened up. I'll spin the camera around a little bit. I'll try and catch as much as I can on video, but it is difficult because obviously I can't see the video while it's recording. Keen-eyed viewers might notice a change in gloves over previous videos. I've gone for these rubber latex ones instead of the big leather things. I guess we'll see how well that works, but let me get this done before they all start getting annoyed with me. Right, we'll take the top off this, see what's going on in that super box that I added. See if they've actually started moving up into that top box or not. It's certainly stuck down well. They're still working on the top. Don't know quite why they're doing that, but they are. And looking inside, I don't see much activity on the combs. We do have bees inside, but they don't seem to be doing a great deal in this top box. So let's just pull that off. Again, that's well stuck down. I think I'm going to have to trim this foliage behind me. There we go. It's a bit of smoke because they're all starting to get ruckusy. Literally all I want to do is put those 4 little blocks of that treatment onto the top of the bottom box, or the brood box. God, this is well stuck down as well. Properly stuck down. There we go. Don't quite know what they're doing in there, but we have got so many bees in here now. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's start at the front and just separate these frames out. You wouldn't believe how many bees there are in here. Definitely a population explosion, which is good. The knack is, though, to get the frames unstuck. These centre ones are really wedged in place. I think we're about there. Okay. Let's free up some space. we're getting ruckusy. Calm yourselves down, girls. Okay. Right, let's see if we can get one of these out and take a little look. That's the front frame. That was not drawn out last time I looked. It is now. Don't know if you'll get that or not on the video. So let's just pop that to one side for now. And then we've got some space to work with. Certainly a lot going on. The number of bees is phenomenal. And these frames are getting heavier and heavier. Oh, I can see lots of honey. If you can see that, look top right. Absolutely chocker in there. And again, top right, you can see that's actually covered over the honey on there. So well done, girls. Let's see if we can get this back in. I don't want to take them all out and disturb them too much, but lots of capped cells, bits of honey on the top left of this. Let's see if you can see that. Top left there, you can see honey. There's a little wasp there. Shake him out of the way. It's a wasp. It's not one of my bees, it was a little wasp. And we'll take a look at one more. And then we'll get that treatment on. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Lots of capped cells. There's more honey top left of this one. Well, they're all looking very, very healthy, which is what I wanted to check. So I think we'll get this popped back in and we'll get that mite treatment popped in. Let me just quickly pull the camera off the tripod and you can take a little look inside. I'll take this middle one out. Ah, it's well stuck in place, that. There we go. Some more honey there, both sides, left and right at the top. So we're looking good. If I can just pop this down for a second. Maybe not. Let me hang on to that. and we'll pop you inside so you can take a little look. I'm hoping you can see that. Right, let's get this all put back together again. Yes. To be fair to them, they're not making too much of a fuss. Right, let's nudge these back into place. Without squashing anybody. Come on, come on, come on, come on, out the way, girls. Okay, calm down. I just nudged that frame a little bit and they went absolutely bananas. Okay. I think it's the sudden banging motion as the frame's knocked together that they don't like. It's not so much the movement, it's the sudden banging that they don't care for. Right, let's get this one popped back in. Come on, girls, get out the way. Come on. There we go. And you. That's it. So, let's get this popped in. Just putting a bit in each corner. And then we can put the hive back together. Seems to be okay. I've got a load on the back of here for some reason, don't know what they're doing. Come on. I don't want to trap them when I put the roof back on. Come on. Here we go. Ah, job done. Right, let me get out the way before they there's another wasp there, look. It's dead now. Oh dear, right. Hopefully you got that on video. I guess I'll find out in the edit. But that's a nice little job done. Need to do that 4 times. So, weather permitting, for the next 3 more weeks, I'll do that each weekend. And that'll be the treatment complete. Well, it's crazy time for the chickens with the greenery. What's this? What's Daddy got? It's nice to see them all happy and content. Cockerel just can't resist though, he's got to be in charge. You watch my bloody fingers. I know the red ones are quite content, but Mr. Cockerel, sometimes he can get a bit ruckusy. Nicely, please. Oh, we've even got the grey ones coming. That's unusual. You watch him grab my finger. I'll be squealing. Is that good, girls? Something strangely content with this. What are you looking at, young one? She's looking all strangely. Oh, he's back, look. Watch my fingers. Okay. Right, let's get some more work done. Well, the raised bed area is in desperate need of a tidy up. I've kind of neglected these recently, so I'll give them a bit of a weeding. I have got some onions in there, which will be okay to lift, and we'll get it all cleared out. Might leave the marigolds. You don't know. But get them all cleared out, and then I'll have a little look at that compost pile and see what's happened in there, and hopefully get it spread over these beds. Well, there's no shortage of weeds in here. But we've also got our onions. So those will be nice to dry out. And again, there's no shortage of those in here either. So I'll just pop those to one side. gradually lift them all out. And there is actually more in here than I thought there were. So in amidst all of the carnage, we have still got some success. Well, that's 2 of the beds done. It's amazing though how much stuff you get out of these beds. I mean, that can't get any fuller, that wheelbarrow. I've given up with that other bed of swede. It was just doing nothing at all except providing food for caterpillars. So I've got this other bed to do over here. I've got a decision to make about this sweet corn. What do I do? There's only a couple of corns left on the last remaining stalks that have not been chewed away. Big debate. But let me get that wheelbarrow emptied and get this last bed finished off. Well, that's the beds cleared out, and I've just sprinkled a bit of fish blood and bone on all of them. Still in 2 minds as to what to do with this sweet corn. I suspect it might be coming out, but I've got a few other things to look at before I do that. I'm going to just grab a quick coffee, then I'll set about that compost bin and see what condition that's in. Oh, let's take a little look and see. This should be interesting. This has been quite happily fermenting away for nigh on 2 years now, so I am interested to see what it's like. Got a fair bit of weed growth on the top here. I can just simply go next door to join the rest. Stinging nettles. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yeah. There's always something, isn't there? Right, let me get rid of this foliage, because I suspect it might take a while. Alright, this is what we've got. So let's dig some of this out and just see what it's like. Don't know if you can see that or not on the video, but it seems to have broken down quite well. It could do probably with aerating a little bit, but in all honesty it's not too bad. I think if I get this onto the beds and just let it break down a bit more, or get some air to it, I'll be okay. Bit of a laborious process this, but I'm digging out the compost pile into the barrow, chopping it up into little pieces and tipping it to one side. Eventually, not a quick job, all this will be turned out onto the side and broken up, and then put it all back again. Well, this is taking forever, but slowly and surely it's all coming out and just getting broken up a little bit to get some air through it. It's amazing how much is in this bin, and of course over time it's all compacted down. So I'm going to have a 5-minute rest and then one big last push and we should have this cleared out. The chickens were acting like they'd never been fed. Look. I've spent ages picking clover because I was feeling sorry for them. They are spoiled. You do play on it, chickens. You really do play on it. Ah, dear. Well, that's the compost pile done. That's taken ages to clear that out. I'm stunned how much there is in there. I was going to put it all back in, but I'm inclined not to. I'm inclined just to leave it there for a few days and let a bit of air get through it. But in terms of condition, it's actually not bad at all. I'm quite pleased with that, and that should go straight onto those beds, but I will just leave it for a few days just to get a bit of air in there, because it was quite compact as I got to the bottom. I need to tidy up now. The rest of the compost piles are looking good. Plenty of mixture in this year that wasn't in last year, so I'm hoping that that improves the quality of the finished compost, because we've got a good mix now of green grass cuttings, normal foliage off the garden, and of course we've got the bedding and the chicken manure that's coming out of the chicken coop. So, mucky job done, thankfully. I am aching a bit now, all this manual labour. Shame on me. But I'll get tidied up in here. And I'm tempted, now that the sun's made an appearance, I'm tempted to just run round that centre section of the aggregate pile with a little red tractor. Well, I've just been sorting out the mess in the chicken coop. And I've got a load of straw there to refill the nest boxes and to spread on this little shelf next to the nest boxes where they tend to perch for some reason. So nice layer of fresh sawdust on the ground, looking very nice. Water's okay, need to top the food up though. And we've produced 5 eggs today. Somebody's been having a go at that one though, which is not good. They're all hiding round the door waiting to see what I'm doing. I'll guarantee it's the red one. Right, let me get finished off in here and they can come back in. I think one of them wants to nest, one of the grey ones. Well, I couldn't resist. I'm going to run round that centre section up there and see if I can get some of that cut down. I'm hoping this is the last cut of the year, but you never know. Well, little red tractor's plugged away and we've got the this centre bit round the aggregate pile done. Also, I took the chance to just run up the entrance as well. This side of the field's not too bad actually. I don't think I'm going to need to cut that at all. Not of course unless we get a weird winter, which shouldn't be on the realms of possibility. Similarly, this middle bit round all these trees is also not too bad. So I guess we'll see. It might be the last cut, it might not. But let's get this grass emptied. Got one more thing I want to do before I go. But as usual, the day is flying by. Time for another potato barrel. Get rid of this foliage. And let's see what we've got in this one. I am going to have to get some more of these fabric containers. There's the original potato tuber that was planted. Look at this. Oh, these are beautiful and clean. How nice do they look? Seems like there's plenty of them. And fairly decent sized as well. Very nice. It's another one of the original tubers that were planted out. Look at these. Go. Still coming. I think we're about there. Oh, spoke too soon. And again. They just keep coming. I think that's it now though. Yeah. I'm going to get this tidied up and I'll show you what we've got, but very pleased with that. Well, there's our little harvest for today. I've got my onions, I'll just let those dry out. I might be inclined actually to pop those in that bigger tray just to give them a little bit more space to dry out so they're not all clumped up together. And the potatoes, how about those? How nice and clean do they look? And decent sized as well. Very nice. There's one with a little bit of scab there, and there's a couple of these little tiny ones that have got a little bit of scab, but the rest, very nice. Very nice indeed. So, as before, we'll let those dry out. Pop them into the cabin. It'll soon be time to go home. I just couldn't resist taking the opportunity to get a few more green tomatoes. I'm guessing there's enough there to make another batch of chutney. So watch out for that. Well, that's it for another day and another weekend. Chickens are just chilling. Got my compost out airing. It's looking very nice, that. Simple things, please, simple minds. And we're back to this hot sun again. We really do need some rain, really do. The ground is getting very hard. The trees are kind of prematurely shutting down because they're just not getting enough water. I've been actually watering those fruit trees on the field, which is a bit ridiculous at the end of September. I mean, really? But the weather has just been really weird this year, really weird. And I guess I'm fortunate that despite a few losses here and there, I've been able to keep on top of it all. bees are in full force round the hive. They're all going crazy. I left those marigolds in deliberately. I thought it would provide a little bit of food for them. I'm sure that they know where they are. When I was weeding the bed, there was a few bees popping around where the marigolds were. But look at that. They're all going crazy. Just don't go crazy around me, bees. First year with those, difficult to know quite what I'll see in terms of honey at the end of the year. There is definitely honey in there, but they've not moved into that top box, that super box that I put in. So I don't think we're going to get any bumper harvests of honey this year, but it is the first year, so I'm quite patient. I'm quite happy for them to do their own thing, and as and when they're ready to provide, I'll gratefully say thank you. Wherever you are, wherever you're doing, I hope you are staying safe and well and enjoying your weekend. Stay away from the crazy people. And don't be a sheep. Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. How's your garden looking? What kind of a year have you had today? Any successes or failures that you want to let us all know about? And what do you think you should do with that corn? I think perhaps it is time to call it a day and get that barrel tidied up. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. But for now, thanks for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next video.